Lobbyist, the international lobbyist for the Biafra public government in exile. This will be the first in a series of broadcasts addressed to the people Biafra. I've been compelled to begin these broadcasts because of what I have seen, and it seems to me that Biafrans are in desperate need of guidance and insights, and my own spirit has guided me in this direction. We have seen much chaos and much confusion over the past few months in the Biafra space, and I've concluded one of the biggest issues is the, unfortunately, unreasonableness and inability to reason of some of our Biafran friends. So you could view this series as an educational opportunity where you can come and become educated and become enlightened and learn how to think properly and reason properly. Because this is one of the biggest issues that I've seen, and we need people in our movement to be thinking in a coherent manner if we are going to defeat the zoo, if we're going to defeat Nigeria, which are very formidable enemies. We can't be, opposing the zoo with no brain. We need to be smart. We need to be strategic. We have to be able to think in a coherent manner if we're going to take on these very serious and formidable adversaries. And unfortunately, we have the inability to reason, the lack of reasonableness, and also this tendency towards self-destruction as well amongst our Biafran friends. And I think, as I said in a previous interview broadcast, Biafrans have a unique combination of being one of the world's most talented people, intelligent people, but also extremely have a propensity towards extreme self-destruction and self-sabotage. And unfortunately, the enemies of Biafrans have a very good understanding of what the weaknesses of Biafrans are, and they are very adept at exploiting those weaknesses. So if we want to move past that, I encourage all Biafrans to begin listening to the broadcasts that I will be doing, to learn how to think logically, to think reasonably, in order to not constantly fall into these constant traps, the result of which is continued servitude to the zoo, to the Fulani, and to the British. Now, to be constructive here, I will address one topic today because the issues of foolishness, of lack of reasonability, of self-destruction are very, very multifaceted. It will require a lot of education imparted from me to make a difference in this area. So this requires more than one episode. This will have to be a constant dialogue between me and the Biafran people. But I will be focusing today on one particular area that I would like my Biafran friends to work on. Now, it's very interesting. Since I've been involved in this movement, since Divine Providence connected me with Simon, I've been witness to many saboteurs, to many people who have been causing problems. And in every experience that I have had, most of the people who have been problematic or who cause problems all have one personality trait in common, which I found very interesting. This is a very fascinating observation. They all had the personality trait, and again, they did not say this explicitly, right? They didn't come out and say this, but it just emanates out of them of, I am the king or I am the queen, and if I'm not in charge or if it's not me, then I must burn down everything and destroy everything. Now, where does this come from? We need to look at this sociologically. One of the reasons why Biafrans or the Igbo people are enormously successful is, as they like to say, you like to say, you are Republican in nature. Yes, you are what I would call part of an acephalous society, meaning without a head, right? So you come to decisions through consensus. You are much more democratic in nature than many of your neighboring counterparts. And because of that, you have a society that's based on achievement and individual initiative. And that's a primary reason why the Biafrans, the Igbos, are enormously successful. But as a mentor of mine once said, your strengths can also be your weaknesses, and your weaknesses can also be your strengths. So there are positives to this, but there are also potential downsides to this. One of the phrases that I found interesting that came up on several occasions was in Biafra land or in Igbo land, there is no king, there's no queen. Everyone is the king and queen of their own household, right? Now, this is very important. I think one of the problems is that people take this phrase of there is no king, there is no queen, everyone's the king or queen of their own household, right? And they completely misinterpret that or reinterpret that to I am the king and I am the queen, right? So because of this, you have some Biafrans who are very prideful, very egoistic, very conceited, to the point where, regardless of how naturally intelligent they may be, their conceit makes them daft and foolish. And because of that, they engage in these self-destructive activities. Because, right, if your attitude is, I'm the king, I'm the queen, the Americans have a phrase about someone's floating on cloud 9, but given my experience with Biafrans, these people are floating on cloud 100, right? So you have one person's a king, floating on cloud 100, I am the king. Another Biafran lady thinks they're the queen, floating on cloud 100. They're up there. There are other, let's say, Biafrans who think I'm the king, I'm the queen, also floating on cloud 100. The moment they intersect, invariably there's going to be a problem. One person says I'm the king, the other person says I'm the king. Invariably, they're going to start stabbing each other. They're going to start to do things against each other. They're going to start to try to undermine each other. There'll be jealousy. There will be envy. Out of that, there will be sabotage. And then you get into the very vicious and negative circle. Right? So that is a problem. And this is not a virtue. This is a very, very big weakness. And another problem that, Biafrans have that I've noticed is they try to portray everything about themselves as positive, including negative traits. This is not a positive trait. This is a very negative and self-destructive trait. This is actually one of your biggest problems. And this is what's leading you to a lot of your own self-destruction. So let's try to be constructive here, right? My challenge to Biafrans is this, and this is going to be very difficult for some of you people because of your very big pride and ego. Very, very difficult, but this will be very, very necessary. I want the Biafrans out there who have this mentality of I'm the king and I'm the queen and you're floating on a cloud to once a week try to go throughout the day dropping this mentality of I'm the king or the queen. Just try to do this one time a week. This will be enormously difficult, probably maybe more difficult than anything else you have done. Very, very difficult, not because it is difficult, but because you're so ingrained in this mentality. So try to go once a week, and believe me, in the beginning, this will be very, very painful. Now, once you're able to do once a week, then do twice a week, then do 3 times a week, going throughout those days without this mentality of I'm the king and I'm the queen and I'm floating on cloud 100. Now, if you keep doing this, eventually you will have a change in your mentality and you will become much more grounded. You'll become much more reasonable, be able to think much more rationally, and most importantly, a lot of the problems that have plagued the Biafrans or the Igbos in terms of jealousy, backstabbing, sabotage, self-sabotage, I can guarantee you with this change will be reduced by at least 50%, right? Because a lot of the backstabbing, the jealousy, the self-sabotage, the sabotage of others comes from, oh, I'm the king, and because I'm not in charge, now all of a sudden I have to completely burn everything down, right? And we see this problem, right? The reason why, for example, you have DOS people who say, well, if Simon is helping achieve Biafra, then we'd rather not have Biafra, is exactly because of this mentality. And you see how destructive this mentality is in statements like that, where essentially because of this very foolish pride and egotism, you are completely acting against your own self-interest to the point where you're going to completely destroy the ultimate goal just because you don't like someone, or, you're not the one doing it. So, this is a very big problem. I'm providing you a practical exercise, a spiritual exercise to address this problem. And, what I'm telling you here, I think has much more value than all those fake pastor evangelists, whatever they call themselves, in the zoo. As I've said, try going at first once a week without thinking I'm the king and I'm the queen and I'm the great whatever. Then do 2 times a week, then 3 times a week, and then all of a sudden in your day-to-day life, this mentality, which is a very foolish mentality, will be dropped, and you will be able to become more rational, more reasonable, and much less destructive to yourself and to others. So, this is something that I would like my Biafran friends to work on. I know it's not easy, but if we want Biafra, we must do this, because we're in a difficult situation where not only do we have to save Biafrans from the zoo, save Biafrans from these adversaries, but we have to save Biafrans from themselves. So, let's begin working on this together. I think this will be a very good first step. And again, it's important that Biafrans come to these videos to be educated, because, unfortunately, and I'm speaking very honest, and again, this is something, as we say, is tough love. Unfortunately, some of you just don't have any sense. Some of you have no sense, no reasonability, no rationality. And I think rather than simply criticizing some of you for being very, very confused people who don't know the difference between your left foot and your right foot, that it's my obligation to come out here to educate you so you can be enlightened. The only thing that you need is to come here with an open mind, to listen to what I have to say, to confess your own ignorance, and to understand that you must be educated and you must be enlightened in order to be saved from yourselves and also those who seek to destroy you. So I appreciate having this opportunity to communicate with you today, and I look forward to many future communications. Thank you and have a good day.
Okay, my wonderful people. Happy Saturday. The Biafra movement now have turned to anyone coming online to be vomiting rubbish. Even the people we employ to work for us are now having upper hand to call Biafrans names. They said, Ebe negi na atagba nwaya na-ele anya n'ọnụ, because that nwaya ha must surely told to that line ita agba. Ima ya na gbe ita agba. Because each time you see where goats stay, they must check their mouth whether they have something inside their mouth or not. So where the big he goat or small he goat is doing that, or small she goat, sorry, then their pikin go to watch. Tomorrow they will go to that line. So now Parawa and Ogen carry with the Vam, whom this guy by name Elias Golosiros, the video he just finished watch. You can imagine what this guy is vomiting. Where did he copy all those things from? He copied it from the group of Ogen Kere, calling Biafrans names. saying all manner of things. Imagine Elias Garosulis now have the balls to stand before the Biafrans to make a video and to be abusing Biafrans, calling them names. I have said it and I still repeat myself. This guy might be good and he also might be bad. He might be good in the sense that he worked with Simon Ekpa for the good of the Biafrans. He might be bad in the sense that he will copy what these people are doing. If these people are doing the wrong thing and they instigate him to do the wrong thing, he followed them. Tomorrow, he will be the worst person to bring down that very particular cartel. He will be the first person to turn against the whole of Biafra, even Simon Ekpa. That's the simple truth. So when you are busy teaching some people some things, just make sure you have what they call a rethink what that thing will cost in the future. Because I'm seeing a future that is full of shenanigans, brouhaha, catastrophic. Hell, me and English. English will be your mate. But that's what I'm seeing. Let's not laugh over this. I'm seeing a future where these areas will become a tiger. That even if 1,000 of Simon Ekpa cannot control him again. Because he have already known all the whole secrets about the Biafra struggle. That is the level that these deranged traitors have brought us to. You can imagine Elias now going on a live video. All of them. I saw the what do I call it? A post a couple of hours ago. Where men on the ground now are telling you where to donate money. That this is where you will donate money and the money will get to them. And when that thing was traced, it was traced direct to Ogenkere. Ogenkere personal account. Everybody now is calling for fundraising in the Biafra struggle. Yeah, tomorrow now, we start to blame Hausa and Yoruba and Fulanis that they are the ones who make us not to achieve the Biafra we all have been dreaming of. But anyway, Jakai will maybe see everything. Because when I want to go for no way, or so go yabwaji. Because you need to hear. I will ask you can comment. Just let me know your idea at the comment section. Or rather, let me drop your thoughts at the comment section. But this is truth and nothing but the truth. And if you find out that I'm saying the truth, then do as much as you can to make sure that this video circulates. I want the more one. Nobody is doing us. Elias Garosulis now on your hands in water. He does scatter everywhere. If you see the caliber of people commenting on this video, they will know that Biafrans are really out for real business. And this guy must be put to where he belongs. Before I go to the comment section to tell you what our people think concerning this matter, make sure you share this video. Yeah? Make sure you like, you comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Let's see what happens at the comment section. Ugo247 said, "You are a big fool. It is not your fault. I blame the Sabos that are encouraging you to be insulting the Biafrans." Then we have Emeka Oragwa said, "Thank you, Honorable Mazi Elias. We shall continue to appreciate you. Please, can you make your video downloadable? Thank you." And that Biafra said, "Thank you so much, Elias. You really loves and cares for Biafran people. May Elohim bless you." Mazi Eze said, "Thank you very much. Did it say from the 13th minute video, I noticed that you repeatedly mentioned Queen and King in their home. While you aim to be constructive, you still end up emphasizing the same point. I expected you to focus more on how the Queen and King should unite together for one purpose, working. One purpose, Abi. Working together to achieve the shared goals and objectives that Biafrans are striving for." If you watch that video very well, you find out that he sounds divided. He don't even as a what they call it, as a professional lobbyist who's supposed to be calling for the unification of the two groups so that they can work for one aim for the emancipation of the people of the Southeast. But you keep on saying, queen and kings, you're in your home, you talk this, you talk that. Can you imagine that? A lobbyist for that matter. A controversial lobbyist for that matter. He said, Biafrans are resilient individuals who know what they truly want for themselves. If I recall correctly, you were present in Finland during the declaration of Biafra and witnessed how impactful that movement was. We Biafrans must ensure that such efforts are not sabotaged by those who seek to exploit the cause for personal gains. You focusing on the Queen and King narratives feels irrelevant in this context. The priority should be on the unity and collective progress. As a lobbyist, you claim you are. Very simple and very clear. This is the end of the message. In fact, the end of the topic. This guy have already made everything. As a lobbyist who is lobbying for the Biafrans, you are not fighting for Ogenkere alone. Ogenkere does not have a different Biafra. Ngozi Rabese does not have a different Biafra. So as a professional lobbyist, your aim is supposed to be to unite the two parties together, then forge ahead for betterment of the Biafran movement or struggle. But rather, no. You keep on mentioning kings and queens, how they do like this and do like that. Ha! My brothers, hey, Owa Guragu, I swear, Owa Guragu. But anyway, Sha, what do I know? Just help me circulate this message. I just brought it to the notice of my people so that when I go follow me judge the matter. Because as I go phone from Naburu AK, and I'm very sure that this one will never become AK in my eyes. I will see you again on my next video. Like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Bye for now, my people.